Welcome to DestinRiche.com. We're going into part two. I already pulled up the options trade, and it looks like let me adjust my mic. It's looking like we made some money, and we got about 8 more minutes before the market close. So I'm gonna check, make sure that this is really going down. Let me make sure, because remember, this is a 20-minute delay, and right now I'm still in the virtual trader, and I mean, it's only take a few seconds for me to get into Google Finance and check the price and make sure it's real. Let's say 37.70. Look like it went up some. So I just want to get out of it for lunchtime, because sometimes when you around lunchtime, it kind of it's starting to drop because they pulling out for lunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell this right quick. Get out of there. 37.70 was the price it quoted. It said 37.70, so I'm gonna do 37.67 limit price. I want to sell all 400 and try to do this as fast as I possibly can, because I want to hurry up and get it out of there before it's over with. And then that would do it. Okay, so it's been placed, and looks like we closed out our account. So today looked like we made $68. Month to date, it made 190. But I do 2 trades. Since I did it, it's gonna kick in a minute. So it says I bought it at I had 36 at $36, and I also bought it at 37.38 and sold it at a couple more points more. But yeah, you can make a lot of money when you're dealing with a lot of money. That's how that works. So I'm cashed out. I only had a few minutes to log in and do it. It's 11:54. We can kind of watch the stock and see where it's at. I like to play with the virtual trader. I mean, at one point, I could have been wrong. Maybe it could shoot up. Maybe it could just keep going up. Maybe it go down. Either way it go, you want to protect yourself. And there's always ways you can make more money. You can also put in stop losses, or you could put in different things to keep you in the market. I might show you how to do that next time. How to actually set it up automatic, where if it goes down, it sells itself. If it goes up, it just doesn't sell itself. But if it goes up real high and then it starts to go down, then it sells itself. See, right now it's still creeping up. So it looked like a pretty good stock, but like it's going up and down. But it's lunchtime, so I sold out, and we'll check back on it later. I like to make my profits, and besides, at the time I was in the margin, so technically I had a margin out, and I didn't want to keep my margin going with. Well, if you really using real money, you wouldn't want to. You got to go off of how you really feel. When you're using real money, you're gonna be pulling out because you're afraid. But if you're using virtual money, you can be Superman and you can leave your money in there as long as you want. But I'm just gonna be realistic, and because I know how it really feels with the real money. So I just sold it so I could have no stresses, no worries. And look, it dropped down so much. It's probably gonna drop down because it's the last 5 minutes. People pull out for lunch. After lunch, I'll probably jump back in, and it can continue to grow after lunch. I just wanted to get out before lunch because I don't know what it's gonna do. I just if it was real money, I would have did the same thing. I just did what I would have did in real life. So using a virtual trader, you can get your strategies together. You can learn how to trade. I'm just watching Pandora. I'm using Pandora as an example. On this one, we can switch over to a different stock. But I'm just doing some stock trading for you on Destin Riche, just to show you on DestinRiche.com how I do. I'm just at home. I'm not a professional. I'm not licensed. I'm not licensed to give anybody advice, but I am a trader, and you can watch me trade. That's basically what this is. You can just watch me trade. Let's see. I sold it at ended up closing at 367. So now it's starting to go under where I sold it at. So it would be kind of hard to get back to this point. You know, after lunch, it's just gonna keep dropping. I mean, some investors might jump in and buy it at the last minute, but I doubt it. You know, it's lunchtime. I mean, you see the stock go down a little bit. It's nothing to fear if you did held on to it, but since I'm watching it like day in and day out, I'm making sure that you see what it's doing now. It's just dropping. So that would be like bad because we got a margin. We was borrowing a little extra money than we were supposed to be using, and I didn't want to lose any money unnecessarily. But after lunch, there's a possibility that it could shoot back up. Right after lunch, I might jump right back in and buy it and ride it back up again. And I might not use the margin this time, so I can just hold it overnight and see if the position builds up overnight, if it whatever it does. But it opened at 37.70, so it says yesterday. Yesterday it was, I wonder what it opened up at yesterday. I can see range is 36.97, so we got some room. And the high was 38.42, so it's a possibility that it could go up way more higher than that. Change the pattern. When it opened up and then it dropped down to 37, and it might creep back up. And as you can see, it's going down now because it's, like I said, it's lunchtime. So I wanted to get out of it before it started to drop. And as you know, we held the stock overnight. It's like a swing trade. We bought it yesterday, and I hadn't sold it since yesterday. Let's see where it was at. There's only 2 more minutes before the market closed. What the hell? I bought it at 10:34 a.m. and I hadn't sold it till just now. It's been the whole 24 hours almost, basically. So yeah, yeah. So we'll see what's going on. But as it goes down, people are trying to get in because this is a good price. You never know. I mean, it is what it is. But it's gonna hold this level at 37.66. I mean, I might be wrong. I might have pulled out at the wrong time. I might have pulled out at the right time. I mean, you gotta do your job and just see what happens. I mean, you can't be psychic. You're psychic, you know. So this is trading with the virtual trader on Options House with Pandora with DestinRiche.com. Waiting for 1 more minute to go by to see where the stock goes. And you can always go to CNBC, I think, to see where the how it's actually looking at the actual look at the bill. You can watch the bill as they close. Oh, it's lunchtime. So it closed out right where it was. And that was that. You know, sometimes I watch it because I'm not there, so it's kind of cool to see it. Oh. All right, so it's lunchtime. Market is it's closing, and then, you know, over lunch it can drop too. During lunch it can still drop. So when it opens back up at lunchtime, I mean, it's gonna come back in at a different price. So we'll see. Thank you for watching DestinRiche.com, and I will be back to shoot another video. We'll be working on part 3. Right now we're on part 2. You should watch part 1 if you hadn't seen it already. And yeah, here we go.